Ambipom!
Hi, I'm Professor Silver, and today I'll break down the history of Ash and Dawn's Ambipom, detailing her journey from a mischievous Aipom into a contest-loving powerhouse with a passion for ping pong. Today's video is sponsored by Arena Club, the ultimate marketplace for buying, selling, and trading cards. If you love Pokemon cards, this is the platform for you. Back in 2nd grade, I actually stopped collecting Pokemon cards after one of my classmates stole my collection. I still remember how devastated I was. That loss stuck with me, and for years, I felt cut off from the Pokemon card fandom. I've been wanting to dive back in for some time now, but I couldn't shake the fear of losing it all again. Luckily, I found Arena Club. It gave me a safe, transparent way to rediscover the hobby I loved as a kid. What I loved most are their slab packs. They're virtual packs filled with pre-graded sports or Pokemon cards that you can open digitally. Ripping a slab pack brings back all that childhood nostalgia. Once your card is revealed, you can sell it, trade it, or have it shipped to you. In my first pack, I pulled a PSA 10 Gem Mint Excalibur. Instead of keeping it, I traded it back to Arena Club for $315. They make instant offers based on fair market value, so I actually turned quite the profit. With slab packs, you can score Gem Mints for a fraction of their retail price. And it's really cool because Arena Club gives you full transparency on card odds and available pulls. Best of all, every card you pull is securely stored. There's no risk of thieving 8-year-olds getting their hands on your stuff. So if you're ready to safely build your collection, I highly recommend giving Arena Club a try. Right now, you can get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/AlexSilver and using code AlexSilver. And now back to today's video. Aipom debuted in the Battle Frontier episode, King Kong, as a wild mountain-dwelling Pokemon. Like other Aipom, she was playful, mischievous, and easily fooled. Alongside her friends, she was tricked by Team Rocket into worshipping a mecha Slaking. They believed it to be a king demanding stolen goods, like Ash's hat and May's ribbons. When Ash and May confronted Aipom, she met them with hostility. During the chaos, she chased Ash and accidentally knocked him off a cliff. Ironically, the fall led to a heartfelt connection. Ash softened her heart by showing concern and catching her mid-fall. Touched, Aipom playfully stole his hat, a habit that would define their dynamic. After Ash warned her about trusting Team Rocket, she led her friends in rebellion, overthrew the false king, and apologetically returned Ash's hat with a flower and apple. Aipom then followed Ash on his journey, frequently appearing to snatch his hat. The Pokemon first reappeared in May We Hardly Drew Ya. Aipom followed Ash to the Grand Festival, where she caused playful chaos by stealing hats. Her mischief continued in thinning the horde after she swiped Ash's hat and forced Pikachu to retrieve it with Quick Attack and Thunderbolt. Although Aipom evaded capture and slipped into the festival for fun, she found herself captivated by the contest. Watching May battle Harley sparked Aipom's love for performing and theatrical flair. After seeing May face Drew and channeling the battle zone, Aipom decided to join Ash. To prove it, she stole his hat and battled Pikachu. Aipom dodged Quick Attack, landed Swift, tanked Iron Tail, and used Focus Punch, but Thunderbolt weakened her just enough for Ash to catch her. She made her team debut in Aipom and Circumstance. The long-tail Pokemon quickly proved to be a spirited handful. Like Chikorita before her, she was jealous of Pikachu's bond with Ash and craved attention. In her first adventure, she ditched flower picking to steal Ash's hat and accidentally disrupted a town's coronation by snatching the ceremonial crown. According to local tradition, whoever held the crown at sunset would become king for the year. Aipom got the crown stuck on her head, so Ash promised to delay his frontier challenge if she became king. This showed he cared for her just as much as he did Pikachu. Their bond deepened further when he defended her from Mecha Fearow. Though no longer royalty, Aipom was happy just being by Ash's side. Through the rest of the battle frontier, her adventures with him were filled with both joy and challenge. She helped defeat Team Rocket in Strategy Tomorrow, Comedy Tonight, but suffered a brutal loss to a wild Weavile in Duels of the Jungle. Her lowest moment came in Overjoyed when Ash sent her to Professor Oak's in exchange for Torkoal. Much like Bayleaf before her, Aipom struggled with separation anxiety until Ash brought her back. With the battle frontier coming to its end, Aipom focused on honing Swift and pinch healing, and grew anxious in Home is Where the Heart Is when Ash planned to leave her behind for his Sinnoh journey. She refused to be left out, however, and snuck aboard his ship. Though unexpected, Ash welcomed Aipom to his Sinnoh team. She quickly proved her worth in following a maiden's voyage by helping Ash after Team Rocket kidnapped Pikachu. Since Ash had no other Pokemon in his party, it fell upon Aipom to help him catch Starly in 2 degrees of separation. During the battle, Aipom used Swift, withstood Whirlwind, Quick Attack, and Wing Attack, and claimed victory with Focus Punch. Following Pikachu's return, Aipom battled Polished Chimchar in When Pokemon Worlds Collide. Despite Chimchar's speed and firepower, Aipom used Swift, Double Team, and Focus Punch to earn the win. It's a standout moment for Aipom, given that Chimchar later went on to become one of Ash's most powerful Pokemon. Her skills continued to shine in Jubilife, where she defeated Croagunk, who was temporarily battling for Jessie. Aipom countered Brick Break, used Focus Punch, absorbed Poison Jab, activated Double Team, landed Swift, and won with Focus Punch. Aipom's strength was further displayed in recurring fights with Team Rocket. Whether it was brawling with them in Oh Do You Know the Poffin Plan, or blasting them off in Mass Hipposis, Aipom showed off impressive speed, reflexes, and battle instincts. All that said, in spite of Aipom's growth as a fighter, she never lost her playful streak. In her early Sinnoh adventures, she bickered with Piplup over food, stole Ash's hat, chased Honey, and regularly goofed off with her friends, as shown in Steamboat Willies. Overall, no matter how strong Aipom became, her love for food, fun, and performance stayed at the heart of who she was. Ash envisioned Aipom as a gym battler, but she increasingly gravitated towards contest as the series progressed. In mounting a coordinator's assault, she interrupted Ash and Dawn's training with a dazzling display so as to reveal her desire to perform. At Dawn's urging, Ash entered the Jubilife contest to support Aipom's desires. During the appeals, she impressed with Swift, Double Team, and Focus Punch. As the contest continued into the rival arrival, Aipom battled Zoe's Glameow in the first battle round. Though Aipom fought hard using Focus Punch and Swift, Glameow countered with Fury Swipes, Iron Tail, and Shadow Claw. Glameow won the battle due to having more points when the timer elapsed, but Zoe admitted that Aipom might have won herself had her last Focus Punch landed. When Zoe learned Ash entered the contest for Aipom's sake, she suggested Dawn raise her instead. Ash, of course, resisted the idea and doubled down on pushing Aipom to battle. However, at the Oreburgh gym, in a gruff act to follow, she struggled against gym leader Rourke's Cranidos. It preempted Focus Punch with Headbutt, overcame Double Team with Flamethrower, dodged Swift, and defeated her with Zen Headbutt. During Ash's rematch with Rourke in O'er the Rampardos we watched, Aipom fared far better against Geodude. Although Geodude deflected Swift and launched an early assault with Rollout, Aipom countered with Double Team, landed a Focus Punch, evaded the next Rollout, and finished the battle with another Focus Punch. Unfortunately, the effort left her exhausted, so she then fell to Rampardos. Her struggles continued in Mutiny and the Bounty, when she faced Hunter J's Drapion. Drapion was superior in every way, but Aipom still tried her best. Despite Ash's hopes, Aipom's love for contests remained undeniable. In borrowing on bad faith, after stealing Ash's hat and taking a tumble, she was rescued by Jessie. The two bonded over their shared love of contest and entered an unofficial one together. Ash was uneasy seeing Aipom team up with his enemy, but he couldn't deny their chemistry. Aipom excelled in training, demolished the appeals, and defeated Dawn's Pachirisu in the finals. Against Pachirisu, she dodged Spark, used Double Team, blocked Discharge, and won with Focus Punch. Her win earned Jessie a year's supply of fruit, but Aipom shut down any idea of joining her by eating the prize and blasting her off. The episode strongly reinforced Zoe's suggestion that Dawn was better fit to raise Aipom. Ash remained in denial, however, insisting Aipom preferred gym battles. Still, Aipom's strength in combat never faded. In cooking up a great story, she expertly matched blows with Pikachu, who was briefly under the care of an old woman named Abigail. After fighting Pikachu, Aipom served as Ash's ace at the Eterna Gym in a grass menagerie. Opposite Gardenia's Roserade, she treated the battle like a true performance. To start, Aipom opened with Double Team, leapt over Grass Knot, landed Focus Punch, and dodged Magical Leaf. Roserade answered her powerful start with Vine Whip, Flash, another Magical Leaf, and Weather Ball. Though briefly blinded, Aipom regained her composure, blocked another Weather Ball, overpowered a third Magical Leaf, boosted Swift with Focus Punch, and claimed the Forest Badge with one last blow. Fresh off the win, Aipom teamed up with Pikachu against Dawn's Buneary and Weasel in a stand-up sit-down. The battle was meant to help Dawn practice contest-style double battles, so it allowed Aipom a brief opportunity to pursue her passion. She combined Swift with Quick Attack, weathered a failed Ice Aqua Jet, tanked Sonic Boom, and feinted Buneary while Pikachu defeated Weasel. Through the victory, Aipom highlighted her potential to absolutely wreck opponents in contests. Aipom's growth continued in Once There Were Green Fields, where she partnered with Dawn's Pachirisu against James's Cacnea and Gardenia's Turtwig. After fainting Cacnea, she helped it learn Drain Punch, showing not just power, but humble compassion. Finally, in throwing a track switch, Aipom's path in the series forever changed. While training with Chimchar, she became distracted by Dawn and Zoe's contest training. At the same time, Weasel showed interest in battling like Ash. When Zoe noticed the disconnect, she suggested a trade. Ash hesitated once again on the idea, but after Aipom and Dawn proved their compatibility against Team Rocket, he relented, realizing Dawn could help Aipom thrive. Even after the trade, Ash's bond with Aipom never diminished. He continued to support her, cheering her on in contests and battles. Just as she had been with Ash, Aipom was fiercely loyal to Dawn, who, in turn, nurtured her passion for performing. Under Dawn's care, Aipom immediately got to work training for her Salacion contest debut. She practiced alongside Ash and Weasel in the Keystone Pops, and fine-tuned her appeal in Journey to the Unknown. Thanks to Dawn, Aipom learned Double Hit and evolved into Ambipom while battling a swarm of Unknown. The evolution confirmed Ash was right to trust Dawn with her growth. Ambipom's evolution came just in time for the Salacion contest in Team Shocker. During the appeals, she opened with Double Hit and engulfed herself within Swift. Though technically impressive, the Swift overshadowed her, hiding her from view. As a result, the judges didn't advance Dawn to the next round, leaving both her and Ambipom absolutely devastated. Still, the loss motivated them to grow stronger. The next day, Zoe helped Dawn recover by sparring with Ambipom using Glameow. Humbled but determined, Dawn and Ambipom reaffirmed their strength in crossing the battle line by battling Veilstone Gym Leader Maylene. Ambipom defeated Meditite using Swift and Double Hit before falling to Lucario's Bone Rush. In spite of the loss, she stood out as Dawn's only Pokemon to score a single win. This showed she still had the spirit of Ash's training. As a further testament to her unbreakable bond with Ash, she cheered for him as he fought Maylene. By the time of the Wallace Cup and staging a hero's welcome, Ambipom was ready to shine. During the appeals, Dawn kept their routine simple yet effective. Ambipom's Double Hit, Swift, and Focus Punch impressed the judges, so Dawn advanced to the next round, where she later won it all. In preparation for her next contest, Ambipom battled Magnemite and Magneton in Giratina and the Sky Warrior, clobbered a Wild Muck in the Psyduck Stops Here, and helped with chores in Lean Mean Team Rocket Machine. At the Celestic Town contest, she returned to center stage in battling the Generation Gap. After defeating a Delibird and Nosepass in the initial battle rounds, Ambipom battled Lila's Delcatty in the contest finals. Lila and Delcatty were especially powerful opponents, as in their youth they were rivals to Dawn's mom Johanna and her champion Glameow. Delcatty opened strong. He dodged Swift with Substitute and landed Shockwave. Ambipom retaliated with Double Team and Focus Punch, but was then hit by a track status due to Delcatty's ability Cute Charm. Left vulnerable, she was put to sleep, struck by Iron Tail, and hit again with Shockwave. Once awake, Ambipom faked out Delcatty with Swift, landed Double Hit, and despite then being charmed again, used Double Team and struck back with another Double Hit. She then whipped up a Storm with Swift. Delcatty countered with Substitute and Shockwave, but Ambipom won by points, thus winning Dawn the Celestic Ribbon. After the contest, Ambipom remained an important part of Dawn's team. She helped inspire Ash's counter shield strategy, cheered for Dawn at the Chocovine contest, helped Dawn bond with Mamoswine, and developed an interest in ping pong thanks to Barry's introduction to the sport. Eventually, Ambipom competed at the Sandalstraw contest in old rivals New Tricks. In the appeals round, she combined Double Team with Focus Punch, peppered herself with Swift, and finished with Double Hit. As the contest continued, she defeated a Haunter and Jessie Seviper. In the finals, Ambipom battled Kenny's Prinplup. When the battle began, she deflected Drill Peck with Swift and activated Double Team. Though Bubble Beam slowed her down, she batted the bubbles away like ping pong balls. As the battle continued, Ambipom trudged onward with double hit and more focus punch attacks. She nearly overcame Metal Claw and Drill Peck, but in the end, Prinplup's power gave Kenny the win. Although the match ended in a loss, it highlighted Ambipom's natural gift for ping pong and hinted at what was to come. Following the contest, Ambipom competed in the Pokemon ping pong competition, and to thine own Pokemon be true. Much like with contests, Ambipom immediately took to the sport. Wielding her dual tails with expert finesse, she dismantled fierce challengers like Alakazam, Farfetch'd, and Marowak. Her talent even caught the attention of O, the reigning champion. O grew increasingly impressed after facing her in the semifinals. When Dawn's paddle broke mid-match, Ambipom single-handedly won one of their rounds. Although O and his Shiftry ultimately won the tournament, he believed Ambipom had the potential to become one of the world's greatest ping pong players. Like Anthony with Primeape, he asked Dawn to let Ambipom stay and train under him. Dawn was hesitant until she saw Ambipom's passion while practicing ping pong all on her own. As a result, Ash suggested they let Ambipom decide her own future. The next day, she bid them farewell and left with O to train in Vermilion City. Her departure led her to miss both the Sinnoh League and the Grand Festival. Those competitions aside, it's fair to imagine Ambipom's now a ping pong prodigy, winning tournaments as O's star pupil. Since her leaving near the end of Diamond and Pearl, Ambipom has only appeared in flashbacks, daydreams, and spirit visions. Ash recalled her during the Sinnoh League and League Unleashed, and in the Journeys episodes, Friends, Rivals, Lend Me Your Spirit, and again in Heroes Unite. Most notably, she appeared in Pikachu's vision during the climactic battle with Leon in Partners in Time. Though Ash made Vermilion City his base in Journeys, a reunion never occurred. Ambipom's appearance in Pikachu's vision suggests that she's as much Ash's Pokemon as she is Dawn's. Since Ambipom's still in training, I imagine that Ash and Dawn can call on her at any time. With a little hope, Dawn will use Ambipom someday to win a Grand Festival, and Ash will use her to defend his title as world champion. As that concludes Ambipom's history, let's get to her battle record. Ambipom defeated Ash's Starly, Paul's Chimchar, Brock's Croagunk, Rourke's Geodude, Dawn's Pachirisu, Gardenia's Roserade, Dawn's Buneary, James's Cacnea, Maylene's Meditite, Wild Muk, Delibird, Nosepass, Lila's Delcatty, Haunter, and Jessie's Seviper. She lost to Pikachu, Wild Weavile, Zoe's Glameow, Rourke's Cranidos, Rourke's Rampardos, Maylene's Lucario, and Kenny's Prinplup. Move-wise, Ambipom used Double Hit, Double Team, Focus Punch, Scratch, and Swift. Ambipom is an incredible character. Few Pokemon outside of Ash's aces have received as much spotlight as her. She starred in many episodes, played key roles in pivotal battles, and even helped inspire strategies like the Counter Shield. While Ambipom evolved under Dawn's care and was later given to O, I'll always consider her at heart to be one of Ash's Pokemon. She debuted under his care, loved him like Bayleaf, and experienced multiple arcs centered around their bond. I thought Ambipom's time with Dawn was awesome as well, but by contrast, it was marked by near misses and hard-fought losses. While she claimed a victory over Lila's Delcatty, she stumbled at the Salacion contest due to Dawn's hubris, fell to Kenny's Prinplup, and narrowly missed winning the ping pong tournament. I don't think her time with Dawn was a failure by any means, but there were just too many letdowns for her to truly shine like she did with Ash. Still, despite these ups and downs, Ambipom remains an unforgettable character. Her blend of power, personality, and heart make her one of the most compelling non-aces in the series. By pivoting to ping pong, she proved that one's journey doesn't need to end with a battle for narrative closure. And on that, class is adjourned. I want to give a big thanks to Arena Club for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to check them out and use code AlexSilver to get 20% off your first slab pack. I'm Professor Silver. Until next time, catch you later.